Hello from beautiful, albeit slightly overcast and a bit windy, Outerbanks, North Carolina. I am checking in from the kayak for the first time. It's been a little rough getting on here. I'm trying it with these headphones because with the wind, it can be almost inaudible. So I wanted to just pop in and say hello. I miss everybody. It's very strange to be unplugged and seek out inspiration in the midst of it's a beautiful place, but there's a lot of togetherness with family when you're traveling with 3 generations and 12 people under one roof. But the inspiration is there nonetheless. Lots of observations percolating. But I'm going to flip this camera around, especially since I don't know if you can even hear me, so you can kind of get a sense of the energy of this locale, which is actually located right next to the main highway of the island. So it's an interesting juncture between nature and noise, which is a message that I shared last year. I might actually dig that up and share it here again because it was a very interesting reflection on this idea of being in this beautiful place and yet surrounded by all the noises of modern life, the trucks and the construction and all the things, while we also hear the insects chirping and birds and all the nature sounds. So this is the little channel that I've been paddling this week. I hear the wind really kicking up. So I'm going to actually paddle to the other side of this bridge and come back after a little sound test. Okay, I have paddled under 2 of the bridges, so now I'm kind of in an open area to share the surroundings here. And what I'm observing now is interesting because, again, I point out the beauty of this place, all with a smattering of unfortunate litter and other things that make their way into this channel. And then the other more natural occurrence is all of this sludgy stuff that I am now sort of veering into. And when that happens, this nasty foam shows up, which again, may or may not be clear. But to me, it's actually giving me some interesting vibes about bringing heaven to earth, which is the message of the Lover's card, where it talks about that Garden of Eden, that Valhalla, that place, and an old belief system that says that it's somewhere else outside from here that we have to sort of earn our way into or in some way achieve. Or another paradigm that suggests that it is already here, right? Can we find the beauty in our surroundings despite the indisputable muck? Right? And it's really interesting because I shared this before on our way down here. I had shared some messages from previous years that I brought in about this kayak that I'm on right now that actually quite appropriately is called Perception and has the triple moon goddess insignia on it, as well as the word tribe on the side. It's the brand of the kayak, you know, there's no woo-woo stuff happening here. It is called tribe and it is called perception on the side of this kayak, but it has this symbolism on it of the triple moon and this idea of how do you perceive things? What is your perception? Because I'm sitting here surrounded by this mucky stuff and there's this foam, you know, kind of coming up the bottom of the boat, and yet there's portions of this channel that are crystal clear and beautiful. And actually I'm looking at a beautiful dragonfly. There's a lot of dragonflies today, and they're an interesting type. I actually have to look up. They have these stripes on their wings, and I'm curious what type they are, but they're everywhere. I'm kind of getting blown into the side here. So when that happens, safety first, I take a pause and get myself right again. So as I head towards the next bridge, I'm giving myself a little turnaround here. A little sun peeking through too. So in other words, just using these surroundings, nature and the noise, to perceive messages, perceive what the symbolism that's coming up is showing us, whether it's a dragonfly or trash, whether it is algae or a beautiful, sunset or scene where you're obviously able to see the beauty in the world, or you have to search for it. So it's giving me some of those vibes today. Like I said, there's a potential for storms later. And I was kind of like, oh, am I even going to get to go out today? And kind of the endeavor of moving 12 people to go anywhere can be quite a feat and a little frustrating when you just want to go. So I said, I'm going while you all get it together in here. So that is what landed me here, but I'm really glad that it did, because I'm having an opportunity to check in and also enjoy some of this scenery now. So as I'm sort of coasting along, sharing with you, looking back where I just came from, as I said, I've come under 2 bridges. Also very strong symbolism that's been coming up for me this week. Anytime you're cohabitating with multiple generations, family, you're going to encounter difference, you're going to encounter perceptions of all kinds, and we all have them. So whether it's about, what's for dinner, or it's about, how the grandchildren are acting and how the parents are doing it, reprimanding them or handling it or whatever. There's a lot to be perceived there as far as how it highlights for us wounds and aspects that are coming up for us to acknowledge and potentially, again, learn from. So just sort of piecing all that together right now. Oh, look at that. The house is called Clamalot. I love the clever names. So I just thought I would pop in. I could just keep talking, but I'm just going to let it flow. I'm going to head on over to this 3rd bridge and kind of turn around. I see some turtle heads popping up over there. I don't know if they come out on the Marco Polo camera quality, but they're very sheepish. Once you get close, they usually duck underneath, but I see somebody sticking their head up there. Actually, quite a few over there. So just looking at the reflection of this bridge, and let that speak for itself about what's coming up for you, through the full spectrum of whether you would perceive it as positive, negative, dark, light, happy, sad, good, bad, whatever labels we may use to describe what we're seeing, feeling, experiencing. What are those things that are coming up for you? And what is the bridge? What can be the bridge between those two to find that middle way, to find that midpoint, which of course brings us into the energy of temperance, dipping our toe in this world and that world, that belief and this belief, or whatever those 2 extremes are, and the bridge that is between, or the need to build a bridge in order to connect the 2. And in what way, being that you are tuning in this way and connecting yourself with using these tools, what way is there an opportunity for you to be the bridge, or to build the bridge, or in some way demonstrate for others that an alternative way? Because temperance is about finding the middle ground. It's about healing, patience, and harmonizing between the 2, alchemy, alchemizing 2 extremes, and being that bridge in the middle, which I think is really beautiful. And I love that there's a blue dragonfly now. And again, I know this camera quality is not the best, but that's a blue guy. He's different than the others I've been seeing today. Interesting. Throat chakra vibes, anybody? Speaking our truth. Expression, expansion, freedom. Beautiful. I love it. I'm going to take a picture of this guy. Okay, guys, I've just paddled against the wind to return to my house where I'm staying. And I'm about to pull up and dock there and do the precarious climb out of the kayak. So I'm going to be securing my phone in a waterproof location. But I just wanted to send love and sign off, letting you know that I was thinking of everybody. There's our triple moon symbol. Thinking of everybody and gathering all of the inspiration I can to pull together some messages to share when I get back. Remembering that the Lion's Gate energy is fully in effect now through August 12th, so about 2 days left to really harness that energy. I did share some things about Lion's Gate and how you can work with it over on my social media. I think I shared the link here too, but I'll double check. And we'll be gearing up for the new moon in Leo. So there's going to be a lot to tap into when I return. Oh, there's a big turtle right there. When I return. So I wanted to also thank everybody for the beautiful birthday wishes. I so appreciated it. Like I said, I was sort of unplugging and enjoying the day. So it was unusual, but it was very nice. And they did have a couple little surprises for me, and we had a beautiful pool day actually, and did a bunch of fun things. So thank you again for all of the birthday wishes, and I look forward to connecting with each of you when I get back. Sending lots of love from Outerbanks. We'll talk soon.